What's up, guys? We are back. We are back here at Kayak City. Tis I, Dave, back to give you some fun news. What's that news? The Garmin is here, and not just any Garmin. It's the Garmin Force Current. This is gonna be going on a couple different kayaks today. There is so many kayaks out there that are so difficult to basically put pedal steering on, to put a steering mount motor. A lot of people either go for the bow mount because it's super hard to put the foot steering in, and or they just don't put a motor in general. I took it upon myself to choose a kayak that I think would be difficult to put foot steering on, but really needs a stern mounted motor. And what did I pick? Well, my first choice was this little Swiss Army knife right here, the Hobie Outback. So today, we're gonna put foot steering on a Hobie Outback, and it's gonna be rad. Let's check it out. Also, we're gonna be doing like a silly unboxing and like a whole like trying to figure out how to put all this thing together video. Also, unfortunately, everybody, before we get started here, I'm gonna show you, all we got right now are strikers. We've completely sold out of the UHDs. So that means we will not be like hooking it up to the Garmin and like setting it all up that way. And I don't have a Garmin watch, so we're not doing anything fancy like that today. Today is just the basic. Let's see how long it takes to put this thing together, and let's put it on a couple different kayaks. That's the goal. But first, that Outback right over there. It's time. I just realized we're definitely gonna borrow James for this because we need a camera guy. Look at James out there being all helpful. Oh, James, that lady's got a big old pipe for you. So as you can see, this is the 2025 Hobie Outback stuff. But one thing that they did add to the Mirage, so you were gonna have to get a plate for the older model Outbacks, is they put the mounting in for stern mounted motors. There's a lot of people that do have foot steering for these things, but you have to run all these cables, you got to do all this stuff, whether it be inside the hull or outside the hull. You're either adding penetrations or you're taking away space because you have to run cables. So the whole idea when I was thinking about doing this was no cables, because Bluetooth. So guys, how's it going? Yeah. So we're gonna go through this box. These are gonna be instructions, probably support, all that kind of stuff. We don't use instructions here. Just this is kind of nice. Like they have it all organized. Left foot control, right foot control. So I opened up the box in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and start taking this thing apart and see what we got here. High efficiency propeller and mounting hardware. Looks like we're installing the prop. What? Wait a second. It comes with multiple props? Weedless propeller? Oh yeah. That's awesome. The money over Beezy's, the mob. I don't know, there's MOB on it. I don't know. Man overboard. There you go. It's me anyways most of the time. Oh, dude, it comes with like a little, it's a watch. That's sick. All right, sorry everybody. We're gonna get back to this. This is me like finding all this stuff out for the first time anyways. More. This has got some weight to it. Doesn't have a label. There you go. There's our motor cable for power. So I went ahead and I put the pedal on the track, and I'm gonna go ahead. You know, a lot of people that do their foot steering tend to get rid of these because they want the extra space in the Outback, but my whole point was trying to have all the extras in the Outback. So we're gonna put this and we're gonna put it all the way up front. Only reason being is if you've ever been in an Outback and you're over 5 feet tall, you need the leg space. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mount this straight to this rail. This is the hardware that it comes with. It's a track nut, big old Fendi washer, and a bolt. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Garmin, thank you for the hardware. The hardware kits are sick. That could be for anybody. We here at Kayak City, we have vendors like Yak Attack. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use the Yak Attack T-bolts because I don't trust the Garmin hardware, but I wanna show how well this is integrated into basically everything. So we're gonna use the regular Yak Attack quarter 20s because they're so popular. The low pro Lock nuts are actually not available right now. We don't have any. We ran out. Yak Attack. We ran out. Now I know what people are going to say. Oh, I can't get my pedal drive in anymore. Well, you have pedal steer. Why do you need a pedal drive anymore? One pedal, mounted, ready to go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So the Garmin Force, this is the hardware I was talking about. It comes with 3 packs of hardware. You get the longer bolts with the Fendi washers, the track nut, like I said. You can actually get these hand tight ones. This is for an adapter for the system. There's actually basically a bracing option for if you wanted to hard mount this to the plastic. You take that Garmin track off and you can hard mount it to plastic. And then they have these. They're anchors. They're bolt through anchors. If you drill into your kayak and you use these anchors to mount these pedals, I suggest against it. Garmin, love you guys. This is an awesome concept, and I know this is just the tipping point for everybody to start going Bluetooth and figure out all sorts of mods. Feel free, call here, talk to James, talk to myself, hit us up. We would totally love to put some input into this thing to where we could kind of, you know, streamline this for all kayaks. Because if we're using basically metal drywall anchors, metal threaded drywall anchors for polyethylene plastic, things can happen. Don't mind the Yak Attack hardware right here. We're going to be using that in a second. Open this up so you guys can see. This is the Garmin track and this is the Garmin pedal. These match each other. The teeth can grip. It's called posi stops. So you can either have your system this way with your pedal low, or you can have it this way with your pedal high. I'm choosing the pedal high position for now. This bolt right inside here goes inside that threaded slot right inside there. Here we go. All right. And as I screw it, the teeth come together. That's the position I've chose for this pedal. So, boom, there we go. The pedal is together. 2.5 inch track bolts or T-bolts from Yak Attack. One. Find my spot. Boom. Now for those who are looking at this going, Dave, I have one pedal up and one pedal back. There's a button right here. Push in the button, slide the pedal to whatever length you would like. I am not that tall, but I'm basically all legs. So I put mine all the way forward, right there. Locked in place, ready to go. 4 bolts, well, 6 bolts. 4 track bolts, or the hardware, the Garmin hardware if you choose to use it, and screwing the pedals onto the track. That's it, pedals installed. There we go, it's my next Facebook profile. No, so let's talk power. We talk power, 12 volt system, 12 volt battery. We got a 12 volt 100 amp right here. Now, chances are you're not gonna wanna run the battery this close to the motor because, you know, weight. But this is the cable that we get. This comes from Garmin right here. If it were me, I would definitely splice on a longer cable and put the battery further away from the motor just to counterbalance kayak. But the whole purpose of this install was to just show it straight out the box how it runs. I chose the Outback. Is that a poor choice or was that a good choice? We'll find out. For now, check out this plug. It doesn't direct connect. There's no straight plug in here. It is a locking connection, which I really like. So the plug goes straight in like this. And you take this washer on the outside right here, lock, unlock, lock. That thing is not coming out no matter how much you turn against it, pull, which is great because this motor is going to be turning a lot. So locking that cable into place, super important. Garmin. What are these, dude? This is like something I would put on my kid's toy. There is no way I'm going to get these 12 volt battery pins through that loop. I mean, there is literally no way. It just barely fits on them as it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna have to bore these out just a hair, just so I can get the bolts to lock into the battery. So bigger connectors, connector options. Let's hit a boy up. We can talk, man. We can talk. There is options. Also, aluminum's great. Gold. I go ahead and I take my outside thread diameter and I find the drill bit that matches the exact diameter. I don't want to go too much because there's not a whole lot of metal. Maybe bigger contactors might be a better idea. Honestly, splicing on some bigger contactors is not very difficult, but for now, DIY guy. Nope, crap, we gotta go up a size. All right, so even drilling out that little bit, I think I'm gonna oversize it a little bit more just to make sure the threads fit, because they're snug and I don't wanna strip the threads, especially going into a battery. So I'm gonna go up one size. Oh, we're missing that one size. Typical. I think, unless it got put in the wrong spot. Got one. Robbing Peter to pay Paul to feed John and starve Emma. Ooh, baby. That is right there. I like that. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Next. Oh. We're gonna splice them. So here's what we had to come up with. Because this wire is so thick and the connectors that Garmin gives you are so tiny that unless you want to fit it on a little tiny battery, you want 100 amp, you want all day, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the bigger connectors on the wire to the Anderson plug. I'm gonna go ahead and tie an Anderson plug into this. So for you guys who are not familiar with Anderson plugs, they're pretty fun, and I'm not the biggest fan, but I do like them, especially when it comes to scenarios such as today. Take the aluminum on, crimp the hell out of it one way, crimp the hell out of it the other way. One's in. And everybody has, like, there's hydraulic crimpers and all sorts of stuff for Anderson plugs. You can choose to do with what you wish, as long as it doesn't pull off. Then I take positive, red. There's teeth in there. They go right inside here. Clip right on there. Yep. One, two, ta-da, ta-da. I can go ahead. I'm just kidding. If anybody knows anything about power, I can lick this. I just can't touch both of them at the same time. I'll go ahead and use my handy dandy crescent wrench. Because like I said, I'm not gonna go all crazy on the tools today, minimum. Get this all tied in tight, nice and snug. What's up, Doug? Ooh, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. You always wanna make sure that your connections are solid, especially when it comes to electrical, because the more play they have, the more chance you have for problems. Go ahead and plug this guy in here. Boom. See, this would have all been done if I just read the instructions from the beginning, but I like to just dive in and like figure it out later. I am an instruction reader, but not in this case, because I wanted to see just straight out the box, no thinker guy at home, how would I go about putting this all together? So that's what we're doing here. And James made a good point. No double A's. Now that's all you need is 2 double A's for these pedals, and they last like a year, which is great. That's awesome. That's great efficiency out of the electronics, but not for what I'm trying to do right now. I mean, it's super easy. It's a little key lock. Boop, unlock, open. Lock. Boom. That's all you got to do. Swap out your batteries. Super easy. Double A's are in. Again, Garmin, holler at your boy. We can talk some parts. And it's only the parts for the install factor. It's just like everything was built correctly, like really good. But I still, like there's some things that we could do, little odds and ends that could change a lot. All the bars are lit up. Let's see.
Still no move. There we go.
That thing is really quiet. Now let's see if we can get these Bluetooth pedals to work. Let's calibrate everything and get it moving. After configuring this setup, I was all super excited about, oh, it's gonna go on the bars. The pedal drive doesn't necessarily fit. Now, there's ways around it. You can easily unscrew the pedals out when you're not using the pedals, tuck them in here, put your pedal drive in and go. And then when you're ready to use the motor, you pull the pedal drive out, screw these in, ready to rock. That's fine. The other issue that I was coming up with is distance. And because the Outback seat is not necessarily adjustable for distance, and we have to use these braces for this Outback, my knees were like in my chest, and my toes go numb after a while like that. So I brought my slightly smaller counterpart, and he fits in this thing perfectly. Go ahead and put your feet up on the pedals real quick. See, now that's a little bit more comfortable. Now, I will say we are going to I really hope the mic picked that up. Oh, dude, there's like sulfur to that. Oh. Are y'all done? Your tank is empty? All right, good. Good to know. I don't even know where I was at. There is a couple more features that I want to show you about this system before we start test running it with the pedals, and Eli's basically going to be our model. First things first, I installed this blade blocker basically, and as you can see, if there's any obstructions, you won't catch your blade on it. It's literally an Allen screw right here. You can take that off if you need be. I don't know why you would ever take that off. Once you put it on, it protects all your blades. Second off, you don't like this depth? You can get it deeper. Make sure that whatever size kayak you have, that this is just below the draft, or the blades are cutting just below the draft, without going above the water. So for this kayak, I wouldn't necessarily put it all the way up, but I put it all the way down. I'd put it right about here. Tighten that little joker right there, and we're ready to go. We have the man overboard switch just sitting in the box still, but inside the kayak. We've tested the remote. The remote works fine for the system, but we wanted the creme de la creme. Everything about this Garmin is amazing. It's very quiet. It's very efficient for power. But what is the big draw, and at least for me, and I know for multiple other people, let's check out these Bluetooth pedals. Eli, why don't you just go forward, straight, as fast as you can go. Hang on. That is the maximum amount of noise you are going to get out of this kayak. Go ahead and stop. Close enough. It is a very, very quiet system. I'm really interested to get this thing out on the water. I have some quiet motors, but this is probably one of the quietest. Eli, why don't you go ahead and turn to the right? Now use your left heel, push your left heel down. Nice fan, so nice. So one thing that we did notice about this thing, you can go ahead and straighten out again. One thing we did notice about this system is that no matter what's going on, if there is an activity on the pedals, when you are turning, the motor is running. So it's definitely going to be some adjustment, and especially for like our Torqeedo 1103s and our NK300 guys. You're used to the foil back here. It's kind of like a rudder. This system is not going to be like that, so you are going to have to adjust. Eli, how much you weigh right now?
75 pounds.
75 pounds. All right, so let me see them guns, dude. Roll up them sleeves and let me see them guns. You're getting buff, bro. You're getting real buff. Why don't you go ahead and raise this motor for me?
That was easier than I thought.
Exactly. A lot easier. Now go ahead and lower the motor for me.
Slowly.
So light a child could do it. These pulley systems and everything for the cable, that's fine. If you look close here, you see how this pulley is open? I was curious on why the pulley would be open. I'm going to turn this off before I get a motor blade in my prop blade in my shins. But then I figured it out. So this removes here. Undo these. Unlock the power cord. Yeah, there we go. That's how you do it. Medium point, and out it goes. And this motor is completely disconnected. No cables hanging off, no anything else, just right here, just the motor by itself. Question.
I have a question. Can I hold it?
Can you hold the motor?
Yes.
That's a good question. Let's check that out. All right, buddy, ready? I'm gonna go ahead and pull the cable so you can get it out. And then it has to turn to where it's like there's gonna be an angle that you have to turn it to first. So go ahead and turn it.
Oh my gosh, it's light. Wait, what?
Double pump it. Double pump it.
For a motor.
It's lighter than my other motor, huh?
Well, now
Yeah.
look here. There's the top of the boat ramp way up there. You got to get it up there. You gonna be able to hike it up there?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm sure you'd
Well,
be fine with
you're gonna find out soon enough, son.
it. You'd be fine.
So, all in all, this Garmin Force motor is more than I thought it was gonna be. Not financially, but like what you can do to it. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna throw this on some other kayaks, and we're gonna see how that turns out.
We're done.
And we are completely disconnected. The motor is done. But the system is completely disconnected from this kayak. On to the next. So this is going to be the next kayak. This is the more commonly used kayak, at least, especially when it comes to pedal steer. People are really into these Titans. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a Titan 10.5. Now, I would say let's hook the Garmin up to it, because this is a Garmin screen, but all we have available are Strikers, like I said earlier. So the Striker is not necessarily compatible. Now for this system, especially with any of the Bonafides, Natives, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this L bracket off because we don't need it. So there's two screws right here, boom, boom, because this comes completely pre-assembled for you from Garmin. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take these off. And I would put the nice fancy stainless ones back in, but I think these black ones are pretty cool. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mount it here. Removing it from the Garmin track, putting it in here. I had 4 screws. Coming over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, 5 screws, 6 screws for cable management, 7 screws, 8 screws for the actual motor pull. That's it. Done and done. I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna get this thing squared away for myself. What's up? Wolf of Walmart here over at Kayak City. Just kidding. All right, son. Go ahead and show them how it's done, dude. Show the pedals. No. Yeah, there you go. The bike pedals first.
You can do the bicycle, and then you can, if you're getting tired of that, just motor around a little bit with the motor. So.
Go ahead, hit it, boy.
Okay.
Go ahead and turn it. So one thing that we were doing, because I mean the setup was very quick, as you guys saw, it was pretty easy. One thing we ended up doing was dropping the motor. Because when I turned it and I was test running it, it was all tick, tick, tick. I was like, what was that? What'd you say?
It's hitting the boat.
So, yeah. So we had to drop the motor, but like we showed you earlier on the adjustments, super easy to do. I really like this system.
Wee.
I really like this system. I think, honestly, I feel like it's more beneficial for this style kayak than it ever would be for the Outback. I just really wanted to do it on the Outback. I really wanted to see that work.
My favorite kayak.
Yeah, it's Eli's favorite kayak out of all the kayaks. But this really does work for the Titan 10.5. We're definitely going to try it in a bonafide and probably a larger kayak down the line. But for today, you saw the build, everything out the box, onto the most difficult setup we possibly could find in the shop. And then onto what the setup would be that it's generally built for now. You know, these are becoming more of the standard of what you get in fishing kayaks. You can still get your, you know, tarpons and all that kind of stuff all day if you want, but it's going to be a little bit harder to fit in those systems. But for here, you can fit these just fine in basically any kayak that's out here on the floor now. So this is the base models type idea going forward. This system works perfect for it, hands down. The only thing I don't like, it don't kick up, but that's me. So the brand new Garmin Force right here, we got them in stock at the shop here at Kayak City. So if you guys are interested in this setup, or you're interested to see if this will fit your setup, come on in, check it out for yourself. We have it out here on the floor for now as a demo. We have them on the shelves for sale. They are here. It is ready to go. Bluetooth steering, cable-free steering is here. You got a project, bring it in. You got a challenge, bring it on. Let's go.